Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. If you're drawn to stories about love gone wrong, hidden affairs, and truths that explode lives, stick around. You're among people who understand how complicated the human heart can be. Now let me tell you what happened. The first time he kissed me, I smiled. Not because it was sweet or clumsy or unexpected. I smiled because it felt like I was stealing something I wasn't supposed to have, and the danger thrilled me. We were crammed inside a narrow office storage room, boxes stacked high, fluorescent lights humming above us. His mouth lingered near mine, my spine pressed against cold steel shelves, and my pulse pounded with excitement, not fear. His name was Trevor. He was my supervisor. And I had a husband waiting for me at home. Back then, I convinced myself it meant nothing. Just a kiss. Just a moment. A brief escape from a marriage that felt predictable and safe to the point of suffocation. Daniel, my husband, was gentle and reliable. He loved me in quiet ways. We didn't argue. We didn't burn. We simply moved through life side by side. I once joked that he showed more enthusiasm organizing his sock drawer than touching me. So when Trevor began lingering after work, offering to help during tight deadlines, surprising me with coffee, noticing small details about me, my shoes, my haircut, the way I rolled my eyes when annoyed, it felt intoxicating. He had confidence that filled every space he entered. When his fingers brushed mine for the first time, I let them stay. What followed didn't explode overnight. It crept in silently. A ride home together after working late. A dinner that stretched longer than planned. The first night we crossed the line completely, I felt reckless and light, like a teenager breaking rules just to feel alive. The next morning, I stared at my reflection and barely recognized myself. I looked radiant, not just satisfied but validated. Soon, secrecy became routine. Hotel rooms during business trips. Messages typed discreetly beneath conference tables. Shared laughter over lies told at home. I even found humor in the duplicity, in how effortlessly I was living two separate lives. Daniel trusted me completely. He was consumed by his startup, too busy to notice that my scent had changed or that intimacy at home had quietly vanished. I fed myself excuses. I told myself I was entitled to happiness, that no one was getting hurt, that if my marriage had been enough, I wouldn't have wanted more. And for a while, I believed that story. Until the night Trevor leaned close and murmured, "If you leave him, I'll handle everything." My body went still. Leaving Daniel had never been part of the fantasy. Not truly. The thought of tearing apart my life for a man who was still legally tied to someone else terrified me. I laughed it off, kissed him, and told him we shouldn't complicate what we had. That moment changed everything. After that, the relationship began to sour. Trevor grew controlling. He started glancing at my phone when he thought I wasn't watching. He questioned my whereabouts, my response times, my loyalty, ironically accusing me of betrayal while I was already betraying my husband for him. I felt trapped. At night, I'd lie beside Daniel, listening to his steady breathing, and the guilt would crush my chest. I told myself ending things with Trevor would make it all disappear. When I finally said it was over, he didn't argue. He didn't plead. He simply smiled and said, "All right." The calmness should have warned me. A week later, Daniel asked me to sit down at our kitchen table. His skin looked drained of color. His hands shook as he held his phone. He told me he'd received an anonymous email. There were attachments. I didn't ask what they were. I already knew. Trevor had sent everything. Photos. Messages. Videos taken in hotel rooms I didn't even know were recorded. Dates and times that aligned perfectly with the lies I had told my husband. Years of deception laid bare in seconds. Daniel didn't scream. He didn't break anything. He just stared at me with a kind of heartbreak I still see in my sleep. He told me I had lied to him for over a year. That he had trusted me with his entire life. He packed a bag and left that same night. I watched from the window as his car disappeared down the street, his face streaked with tears, his belongings tossed into the passenger seat like an afterthought. The next day, Trevor called as if nothing had happened. He told me that now everything was exposed, I was finally free. I ended the call, but freedom never came. The marriage was gone. Friends chose sides and most didn't choose mine. Trevor lost all appeal. Every memory with him felt contaminated, every laugh sickening in hindsight. What once felt thrilling now tasted like regret. I started therapy to survive the emptiness. Over time, it became about understanding myself. My need for validation, the insecurity I disguised as confidence, the way I chased attention and called it empowerment. I admitted to my therapist that I spent the affair laughing, and now I spent my nights crying. She told me I had known the cost all along. What hurt most wasn't losing my husband. It was realizing how deeply I failed someone who had loved me without conditions. Months later, I sent Daniel a single message. No excuses. No requests. Just an apology and an acknowledgement of the damage I caused. I didn't ask for forgiveness. He never replied. I don't blame him. I have a new job now. A new city. A small apartment where silence fills every corner. No shared routines. No quiet mornings together. Just memories that echo and lessons that arrive too late. Sometimes I wonder if he found happiness. If someone listens to his dreams and chooses him without hesitation. I hope so. I hope he found the love I couldn't give. As for me, I'm still learning. That desire doesn't justify destruction. That emptiness isn't an excuse to hurt someone else. That nothing thrilling is worth the wreckage it leaves behind. And I don't laugh anymore. Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers.